Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says that he's had 3 conversations with US President-elect Donald Trump since he won the election. Netanyahu says the two see eye to eye. US President Joe Biden is set to meet with Israel's President Isaac Herzog at the White House on Tuesday.
Over the last few days, I've spoken 3 times with President-elect Donald Trump. These were very good, very important conversations. Talks designed to further tighten the strong alliance between Israel and the US. We see eye to eye on the Iranian threat and all of its components and the danger posed by it. We also see the great opportunities before Israel in the field of peace and its expansion and in other fields.
Let's speak to John Hendren. He is near Mar-a-Lago, near Trump's home in Florida. John, so we hear that Trump has spoken to Netanyahu 3 times. Can you shed any light at all on those conversations?
Well, Netanyahu said that they talked about a number of things and that they see eye to eye on Iran and the threat that it poses and on what he describes as the opportunity for peace for Israel going ahead. And the fact that he's talked to Trump 3 times tells you a lot about that relationship. This is just since Trump won the election on Tuesday. I bet Biden has not spoken to him that many times. He's got a much more contentious relationship, Joe Biden does, with Netanyahu than Trump does. Biden has been very concerned about the toll on Gaza. And at one point, he withdrew some of the 2,000 bombs the U.S. had been supplying. Trump has been much more one-sidedly in favor of the Israeli position. He's not spoken out so much about the devastation. But one thing he has done is, while campaigning, he has said that he would end the wars in Ukraine and Gaza. So that puts him in a position to put some more friendly pressure on Netanyahu, and that pressure might be better received than had it been Joe Biden. The two men have had a strong relationship, and it seems clear that Netanyahu has been betting that Donald Trump would come in and be a more sympathetic voice for him. So that's just one of about 70 leaders that Trump has been talking to. He's also spoken to Volodymyr Zelensky, presumably about that war in Ukraine.
And John, looking ahead to that Wednesday meeting at the Oval Office between President Biden and Donald Trump, we're hearing from the U.S. National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, today, that President Biden will be making the case to Trump about Ukraine. What more has Jake Sullivan been saying?
Well, he was on a CBS show, a Sunday morning show, and he said that Biden will use the opportunity of this 11 a.m. Oval Office talk with Trump to try to press him about Biden's foreign policy priorities, perhaps to persuade him of the direction of those wars. But certainly, Biden has been such a strong supporter of Ukraine. You know that one of the things he's going to do is to press Trump on the support for Ukraine, because Donald Trump has said that he would end that war on day one. And Democrats and others are concerned that what that means is that he would pressure Zelensky to settle with Russia in a way that would give up Ukrainian land. Trump has always been much more sympathetic to Vladimir Putin than Joe Biden has been. So I think we can expect that that Biden will continue to press him on those issues, as well as others around the world, probably calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, which Biden has done in the past. He has, of course, said he's been working on a ceasefire plan. But that has not worked out under the Biden administration. But again, Netanyahu would be much more sympathetic under a Trump administration. Trump has also been working on who is in and out in his administration. We know that Susie Wiles is going to be his chief of staff. She was his campaign co-director. Robert Lighthizer has been reportedly asked to be the trade representative. He was the trade representative under Trump when he launched a trade war with China. But who is out? Well, according to a Truth Social post by the incoming president, Mike Pompeo, his former Secretary of State, and Nikki Haley, who ran against him in the primary. Both of them had been in his last administration and won't be in this administration. One more note on that: Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, who also ran against Trump in the primary, has taken himself out of the running, saying he will not be in the next administration.
Okay, thank you for that. John Hendren there for us in Florida.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.